a seat.
All right,
We're live already?
Okay,
Okay.
we're live. All right, let's get started. That's okay. Don't worry.
That's okay?
Just go ahead. Yeah.
All right, everyone.
I'll give it 1 more minute.
Oh, really?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm so nervous now. Okay, my name is Shelly, and Teresa is my partner. We transferred to EXP about a year ago. We used to own our own brokerage called Tone Parsons and Terrell Realty. And everything like Daniel said, he said our pain. And that's why after 3 years talking to Daniel, we finally decided to move to EXP last year. And so far, we love it. We love it. We feel like we really joined the right team. And there's so many teams in EXP as well. But we know we meet some EXP agents and I talk to them, hey, how do you like it? And then there's a lot of teams doesn't have enough events, doesn't have enough trainings for their agents as well. But you are in the right place. You are in the right room today, okay? And thank you everyone for showing up. And for us, Tone Parsons Terrell Realty before, we are really big on production trainings because we want to teach our agents the right way how to do business as well. And in EXP, we have so many ways to earn income, but still we are realtors. We do production. Production is important for us. So I'm gonna give it to my beautiful partner, Teresa Tong, to tell us, share us with Tom Ferry Trail. All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Shelly. Shelly is my partner and my best friend. We have been together for business for more than 10 years. And we have another partner, John Terrell. He's the former mayor of South Lake. And I have been very fortunate and lucky to have these two partners. They always the three of us, we're always together, so I'm very fortunate. Like she said, we came from a brokerage. I was the sponsoring broker, and our specialty in our brokerage when we attract like almost 100 agents at one time was because we are strong in training. We love to train. We have to train. We focus on training because we want our realtors to be the best realtors in the market, and that's how our team can stand out from all the in the market. So after we joined Daniel's team, we feel like she said, we're in the right team. We're in the right company. And thanks for Paul letting us, sharing his space and time on Wednesdays. Now we can move our production training at this time. Thank you also so much for coming. And we're gonna do this. It's not just us. From this moment on, we're gonna do it every Wednesday at this hour. This is our power production hour. So you gotta come, bring your friends, bring your team. It's not just me. It will be Tina. There will be Brendan. There will be Paul. There will be other agents. If you want to train, June. And if you have anything you want to share, you can be the trainer. I don't have to be the one. Tina doesn't have to be the one. Brendan doesn't have to be one. Shelly, everyone can be the trainer. You can learn from anyone else, and everyone else can learn from you. So today I'm just gonna share about last week's training. I call it training, but it's really it's called the Tom Ferry Success Summit. And I want to thank TC for sharing this information. He's not here. He had to leave for another appointment. He's our icon and team lead. Blah blah blah. He's like a superstar in our team. So I guess he went to Tom Fair last year. So he shared saying, hey, you gotta go. You gotta. I have to say that I'm embarrassed. I was embarrassed to say that before this thing, I had no idea who Tom Ferry was. I mean, a lot of you probably know, oh, Tom Ferry. I was like, who is this guy? Why would I go? I went just because TC said you got to go. So I just went. Anyway, but it was mind-blowing. It was life-changing. I'm sorry. It's just, maybe it's just me. I'm not saying Tom Ferry is perfect. I'm not saying the program you have to join, you have to pay. Of course, he's, he's a salesperson. You have to, he wants to join. But there's so many things you learn from his program. This is what I want you to know, that you can learn from anything. You can learn from anybody. Just go there and learn. I mean, it's not perfect. Not everything is something for everybody, but there are things that you can learn. So I'm going to share with you just a few points that I learned. And then after that, I'm going to ask some people who also went last week to share their points, so that maybe you can pick the things you want, that will work for you. So I'm just going to share a few things, like how they did their market analysis, their AR marketing. How do we get to, get to the buyer's edge? How do we do successful listings and protect your assets? I'll tell you what assets are. And then I'm going to summarize just day 2 and day 3, because there's so many things. 3 days, I'm going to narrow it down to 30 minutes. So it's going to be really fast. I'm going to talk really fast, but please interrupt me. If you have questions, just raise your hand or just blurt it out. That's okay. We'll make it a conversation. And I'm going to also share with you some success stories that I heard from the summit that really touched me. And then hopefully that'll give you some insight too. And then of course, it's another summary page, and then about a networking opportunity because of the training, because of the summit. So these are the things that I just said that. So market analysis. So the first thing on the first day of the summit, I was touched already, because in the opening, they already said about how do you feel about the market. So who are here already have lessons, has been working this whole year? Raise your hands. What do you think about the market this year?
Very good.
Buyer's market. Very interesting.
Okay, very interesting. So what I learned is what he said in his word, in Tom Ferry's word, it's called the bipolar. And I've been talking about in the past 2 years, actually. We actually have lots of buyers. Literally, I have lots of buyer clients waiting there to jump in the market, but they don't want to make a decision. They're like, I'm waiting because the prices will drop. I'm waiting for the interest rate will drop. I'm waiting. So there are tons of buyers out there, and there's tons of sellers there. We have listings there still on the market for 2 months, 3 months. It's like, and then no showings. Literally, there's no showings. I literally called our sponsor, not sponsor, managing broker in Texas, Karen. I said, look at this listing. Tell me what I did wrong. What can I do to change it, to make it move? She's like, my dear, you've done everything right. There's nothing wrong. It's the market. That's what she told me, and that's what I thought. And I blame myself. I blame the market. Everybody does the same thing. It is true. It's a bipolar market. The sellers has this expectation. The buyers has this expectation. There's a huge gap there. And that becomes another topic I'm going to talk about later. But market analysis is so important. You have to know the market. As the advisor of your client, you have to know the market yourself. You can tell your sellers and your buyers, that's where you will become their advisor. So I'm not going to read the slides for you because this is from Tom Ferry. I'm just going to explain it. The most important thing is to understand the market. And the next thing is I'm going to show you something that we have. Okay, we're not Tom Ferry. We cannot go to like spend tens of thousands of dollars to do market analysis. But what we have is a free tool in MLS. So if you have access to MLS, you have Netris. So when you go to Netris, you don't have to, actually, you know what? Scratch that. You don't even have to be an MLS member. Just go to Netris before you log in. Before you log in, this is on the website. Just go down the page and go to statistics. Run the report. This is there every month. They're a little late every month. I always like complain, it's already August. I haven't seen July, but be patient. It will be there. So this is from July. This is like the end of August. They'll show you the July's report. So the problem is affordability. Entire nation. It's not just Texas. It's not just New York, California. The entire nation. The problem of the market is affordability. Like I said, people can afford here, but the seller is expecting there. So that's the problem. So the affordability dropped. If you look at, I don't know if you can see the small prints here. This is 2008, 2014, 2020, 23, 24, 25. So this is affordability. Well, there's a calculation about how this calculated. I'm not going to go through the formula. Basically the number. So if you see the number 81, 89, I think of it as a percentage. So basically, this is the median income versus the median price. So the median income in our area, in our market, is only 80% or 86 or 89% of the median price. So basically, they can't afford, right? Because they're not 100%. If it's 100%, then perfect. That's a balanced market. If they're 150% of the median price, and then that's a seller's market that's gonna sell more. But if the buyer's affordability is only 80% of the price, guess what? Nobody can buy that because that's the medium. That's the medium. That's a comparable terms there. However, right now, 80% the people who are making the medium income is only 80% of the median price. So that's the problem. However, this is available to you for free. So I just want to show you this is something you can look at to know your market so that you can adjust the expectations of your listings, your sellers, and your buyers. You can work with your buyers and you can work your sellers, whichever side you decide to work on, but you have to know the market. You are the expert, you are the professional. People are expecting to know these from you, and you have to know first. So there are lots of competition. So analysis. So they have a huge analysis kind of a analogy and show us how it's where, of course, Tom Ferry tells us better and more. But these are the things we need to know. If we want to work on the listing, we have to do responsiveness, experience, track record, local market expertise, personality, reputation. All these things comes down to, I summarize it with 3 things. 1, you got to be quick. And 2, you got to do. You have to have a track record. And 3, you have to have a team. So I summarize it in 3 things because the fast speed, that's just a style of working. You have to train yourself to do that. It's just a style. Sometimes you have family, I understand that you have other things, I understand. But once you become a habit, you just reply right away. You just reply. You just have to get to it. That's just something that you have to do. If you want to be competitive in this market, if you don't do it, someone else will get it. That's just the harsh truth. It's something that you just have to do it. And I'm guilty of not being responsive sometimes because I get distracted by other clients. And I'm actually I have a rule to myself. If I talk to you right now, I'll talk to you face to face, eye to eye. I do not look at my phone. So sometimes I have a client all day. I talk to them all day long. By the time I get home, I may have like 70, 80 messages I haven't replied. Guess what? I'm late. I have nobody to blame. It's me. I didn't have time to respond. And guess what? Some of them, if they're urgent, they want to see, Sergio, I want to see this house. Like, can you take me to it today? Guess what? I didn't reply until like 9 o'clock at night. They already found someone else. It has happened to me multiple times, which is okay. That we'll talk about how do you solve, resolve these issues internally, externally later, not in this particular session. Yeah, go ahead.
So I was just looking up the stat. 71% of buyers use only one agent, and the majority of these people, 77%, use a repeat agent. And guess what? Most of them use the first agent they spoke to. So if you're slow to return a call, to get back with someone, and someone else just happens to be the one to answer that call,
yes,
they get the deal more often than not.
Exactly. So I lose deals. I'm just telling you that I do a lot of production myself. I train. I have a big team, but I still lose deals. I mean, it's bad, but still, I pick up some. You win some, you lose some. However, I want you to know that be the first to respond. Try your best. Try your best. And also keep your track record. Keep a track record. You keep yourself like how many clients you have worked, how much money. Like I can tell myself, oh, my client, I have like $20 million in sales. I have how many in transactions last year. My team does this. But sometimes it's a skewed number. Even Tom says that sometimes people compare records because you have a big team. Of course, you have like $100 million a year. It's not one person. It's a team. It's a skewed number sometimes. However, you need to know your number. You need to know how many transactions you did last year, what's your production level, what's your volume, and what's your like a medium price, right? So that when you talk to your clients, this is when the phrase of knowledge is power comes in. It's not the knowledge itself, it's alone. It's the time when you use it. You have to use the knowledge at the time it's needed. So knowledge is power. That's why when my clients, I lose some clients because I didn't respond the first time because they don't know me. I do have lots of referral clients. They stay with me, even though I don't reply to them for 2-3 days. Like June told me that I don't reply to her email for 3 days. I apologize, but she understands that sometimes I get kind of distracted, like in this meeting that I couldn't get to my email. So I do have clients who are really loyal. They'll follow me because they know that they can learn something from me. They know that they'll get the best service when they get to me. Don't learn me. Don't learn from that. You have to respond quickly. So you have to do that. So that's the second time. You need to know your records, show your clients your records, and make sure you have it ready when you talk to anyone. You want to tap into that cold market, because your warm market is limited, right? You always start with your warm market. Some of you are new agents. You have to start with your warm market. That's the first. But once you get to most of your warm market, you have to tap into that cold market. When you tap into that cold market, you have to know your records. Show them what you have done. Even if you just do it 1 year, you have some records.
There's a few new agents in
Yeah,
here, and
new
you might not
agents.
have a track record of deals that you've done, but you can have a track record of what you've done in your prior occupation, right?
Yes,
Of your leadership
yes.
skills or your ability to problem solve or your ability to negotiate or whatever those things are. That is your personal character and your track record. So sometimes when you're starting out, you have to bring that into the play, and then the numbers will follow with the deals you do from building those relationships.
Beautiful. And that's a great segue to my next one. Remember I said 3, the third one is your team. So new agents, I have to say, well, track requires what? 3 transactions for new agent. You have to have 3 transactions with a mentor. You have to be mentored. So what you can do is, I'm a brand new agent. I don't have track record. I don't even have 1 month, or not even mention 1 year, right? What you can do is talk to your mentor. You can bring your mentor in, because you have to be mentored anyway. Connect with your team leaders, find a mentor, and talk to your clients. Look, I just got my next license. Thank you for working with me. I have this great mentor. They have this track record, blah, 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 blah. She's going to work with me, or he's going to work with me. We're going to work on a team. We have a team. I have a big team support me. Guess what? They will believe in your team more than yourself. But that's a start. Maybe in the future, you don't have to bring your team on. Hopefully, you'll always bring your team. I always say, even now, I say, oh, I'm with Daniel, who has a bigger team. Right? You always have somebody. Team brings your credibility. You have to be able to have a team and brag about your team. So that's another thing.
What team do you use?
Well, first of all, I have my own team called the Tone Parsons and Terrell Realty, and I brag my partners, Shelly and John Terrell, and I'm part of a Panda Pack, right? So I tell Daniel how well he has done, and he brought me in, and he told me that at the time when he brought me, he showed me how much money he's making in his bank account. Literally, that was the thing that brought me in. I want to make that much money. Seriously, right? Yeah. So that's my motivation. So when I have a big team, better team, a good team that I share with my agents, share with my clients, and they will think, oh, it's Teresa's great, but not only her, but she has a great team. You know, one person is great, but when you have a great team, you make yourself much more stronger, more reliable, and more powerful. Did I answer your question? Okay. If I didn't, that's okay.
I
That's
love your
yeah.
team.
Thank you. You'll be part of it too, right? Okay, so that's what Tom Ferriss said. Be first, be fast, no matter in business or life. And that's my note, by the way. Actually, this is my note here. You just have to either gain the momentum or losing it. So you have to. It's like that's what. And we're both like Chinese ascendants, so we believe in an ancient Chinese saying. It's like if you're paddling in a stream, you have to keep paddling. If you don't paddling, guess what? Yeah, you're going back. So that's the momentum you have. Like you have to keep paddling. That's why if you don't, you're gonna lose it. So AI marketing, AI is the future. Okay, and it says that a lot of people think, oh, it's gonna replace our job. It's gonna find people will find. No. Okay, so going to the training, I realized that there's a saying that AI will replace a lot of jobs, but they will not replace people. We are the one who's going to control AI. We're going to enhance the experience. We're not going to let it replace us. We have to be better. And I was just talking to my personal trainer the other day. She's like, well, all these things, I can, go to ChatGPT and search for, some houses for me. I just want this, and then they're going to find it. I say, yes, if I just do search, AI can replace me, but I can give you more in-depth analysis for every one, and I'll help you and tell you why this is higher and that is lower. And that's the things that AI cannot do, because it comes from experience. It comes from knowing all these things that you cannot find on the internet. Guess what? The AI tools right now, in the future, maybe not. And we'll have to see how it goes, because right now it's developed so fast. Right now, AI is more of a glorified search engine and data analysis tool. So they can only use the data they can find on the internet, but they will not replace you. You have value, and you have to know that. And you have to know what your value is, so that you can show your client where your value is, and not. Yeah, that's what it says here. So you need to dig deep into yourself, find your value, and show your values to your clients. But you need to learn the tools. Sorry, but you need to learn the tools. How do I go back? Okay, there. But you need to learn your tools. So the reason why there's a huge, I think more than half a day of training in this summit is to train you how to use their tool, all kinds of AI tools. There's ChatGPT, there's Perplexity, there are a few other things. I'm actually behind. I'm really behind on AI. So again, you all probably are better than I am. I'm just sharing with you that AI is the future. If you want to be better than your customers or better than your clients, you better learn AI now, because all your clients are doing what they're doing. They're learning AI. They know how to do that. If you don't know how to do it, guess what? You're behind. That's when you're not paddling, then you're losing it. So you have to be better than your clients. So buyers, that there are lots of things where they touch base on that, is that either the conversation, the commitment, and how to do closing, right? So there's trust that AI can never provide to your clients, right? No matter how good the AI is, it's AI. People know that's AI, but they will trust you. I have, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I have one specific little video talking about people will actually trust you because it builds that trust, because they're spending a lot of money. Real estate is not a small thing. It's never a small thing. Maybe you think, oh, I only have $100,000. I only have $200,000. Maybe to big investors, I'm spending 200 million. Doesn't matter. Even if it's $100,000, compared to for some people, when they spend that $100,000, that's a huge investment. Maybe that's their lifetime savings, right? So that is something they will not rely on a machine. Trust me, no matter what in the future, they will still rely on someone they trust. And that trust is you, that you have to earn it. You have to earn that trust. You have to be able to build that trust. You have to be able to talk to the people and let them trust you so that they can give their business to you. Because real estate transactions is a lot of money. It's not a number, but it's a relative term to every person who's going to make real estate either for their primary residence or for investment. It's a lot of money. They will do that only based on trust. They have to trust you. So there's some commitment regarding earning signature. That's also they're talking about because of the NNR changes. You have to have the buyer rep signed. A lot of people are having trouble getting that signed. Sometimes I run into that too. So in EXP, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Probably one day we'll invite Karen Richards to come here to give us like a training about what EXP requires us to do. Right now, EXP requires buyer rep agreement to sign. So that commitment is something that you have to earn the trust with your clients first, and then they will sign. If they don't trust you, they don't sign. That's for sure. I'm not going to sign my name if I don't trust you. I don't know whether you're good or bad, right? I don't want to tie up with you because I don't even know you, right? How do you earn that trust in a short conversation, in a one-time interview, and then ask them to sign the signature? We'll train that in a later episode, not today.
How long are the commitments on those?
Huh?
On those rep agreements, how long are the commitments?
They're negotiable.
Yeah, it's a term that you can put the dates there. You can put the dates, whatever you want to, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months.
It could be for one property, one day. It could be for an
Yeah.
hour. It could be for a month, a year,
5 years.
5 years. I mean,
Yeah, so that's a very good question. And we will have to do a training. Maybe Tina, you can heads up on that. So we have to do a training on buyer rep agreement. How do we sign it? There are lots of things that you can negotiate, and there are lots of things that, just like a 1-4 family, we train that all the time because it's not just filling up blanks. It's every blank has a strategy behind it. How do you how do you put a number there? It makes a huge difference what number you put there. It's not just put a number. It's a number that encompasses your value. So that's important. So we'll talk about it at a different time. But like I said, the short answer is it's negotiable. You can put any number you want.
You can use by like Collin County or the counties, by the county. You can do as well too.
Right. So lots of places that there are lots of blanks that you have put it in that relates to that time, right? Also closing, that sparks referrals. It's like how you close with a client. I know how many of you go to your closings with your clients? Raise your hands. Great, I'm so happy for you. Okay, great. I know people that do not go to closing with their clients. So many of them. Literally, I don't know. I think that might be before COVID. Gosh, COVID has been so long. Before COVID, I went to this title company, show up at my closing, and they're like, "Wow, I didn't know you come to this closing. Lots of realtors don't come to closings." I was like, "Really? I always go. I can't imagine why not, right? You're celebrating your client. That's the most important moment in your relationship. Just like you're chasing this girl for like 3 years. Finally, at the wedding, you don't show up. What's the deal?"
That goes along with the trust.
Yes,
You're
exactly.
with them for the beginning, and then if they see that you're with them at the end, of course, they trust you enough to give you a referral in the
Yes,
future.
exactly.
Or buy another property.
Exactly. That's where you at the closing table or right after closing, or I sometimes even take my clients out to lunch or whatever. So that's when you talk about, hey, if you have friends, you have family who I'd be happy to work with them, blah blah. And they're like, oh yeah, great, love you so much. That's when referrals get sparked. So I'm just gonna shorten it, like really condensed. Okay, listing, there are lots of strategies to talk about. This is really from Tom Ferry. So they said they have to build cases. So building cases means you do not. This is, I think we've been doing that kind of unconsciously, but they kind of narrow it down or put it in words. Is that you do not just show comps, you build a case. What means is that when I have a listing appointment, or talking to the sellers, I show them the comps, right? You all do. Hopefully, you all do. When you show the comps, not just showing the comp, you have to build a case about what you think about their home, why you think that, what your strategies are to sell this home, why the market will prefer your listing against other listing down the street or in the neighborhood or on the other side of the street, right? So you have to build a case, spend some time, look at the community. You have to know the community. You have to know there's a park, there's a playground, or there's a school you can walk to or not walk to. You have to, there's a charter school, maybe the public school is not good. So you have to know the area and make sure that you can talk to not only your sellers, but also potential buyers. And the seller wants to know that too. The seller wants to know that you can represent them and sell this house as if you are the expert. You are the expert. You have to be. So you have to be, if you're not, sometimes I get a client referred to me that I'm not familiar with the neighborhood. I'm not familiar with every single neighborhood in the DFW area, right? I'm familiar with a few areas, but not every. Sometimes I have to learn. This is what we do. We have to learn. We have to drive around, look for where the water fountain is, where the pond is, where the streets are, where the schools are. So I spend time driving around the community. It doesn't take a lot of time, but you have to be purposefully do that. And for also because of this market is not doing well, I know Tom Ferry said, do not blame the market, it's you. However, I still think the market is bad. That requires us to do more. So Marisa and Irma, they're both there. So you can add more after this. That requires us, in this tough market, we have to do more. So how do we do our marketing plan? How do we do our reports every week? We have to do weekly reports with your seller. Weekly reports with your seller. You have to tell them that you're doing something, and you have to really do something. It's really that we have to do something. I know sometimes it's frustrating. I mean, we all have listings that no showings. Like 2 weeks, there's zero showings. What do? You send them a report, no showings. So it doesn't show very well. However, you have to say, this is what I have done. I have, added this to this website. I have to do this. I have a number. So you have to have some tools in your hands to show the numbers. So what I have is I have tools in MLS. I have tools in homes.com. I pay a membership at homes.com. They actually have a really good interface to show like the traffic, like how many people viewed today, how many people clicked, how many people favored, how many. So MLS has something like that too. It's similar, but I just prefer a little bit of the homes.com because it's prettier. But you don't have to do that. You can just use MLS. MLS has lots of tools. So that'll be our one of our training topics later. And yeah, I think the number 2 and number 3 here on the screen are pretty similar. Basically, you have to do your marketing plan and do your reports. Protect your assets. Okay, so what they said is what is your most valuable asset?
Time.
Okay, good. Anything else? Okay, good. Anything else?
Impact.
Your home.
Okay.
Clients.
Yes, your clients. Yes. So what they said in the conferences, your business asset is your client. Your most valuable business asset is your client. So how do you protect your client space? What does it mean? What does it mean by protecting my client base? My client base, why do I need to protect it? Yes, you do. Guess what? There are my clients 5 years ago, 10 years ago. I don't even know where they are. I lost contact with them. Guess what? The next time they buy a house, they find someone else. They find their neighbor. They went to their kid's birthday party. They went with their birthday party's, mom or something. But I built that relationship 10 years ago. I built that relationship 5 years ago. Guess what? I lost it. And that is your most valuable asset. So you need to do that. So what they said is build a moat, like a trench around your assets. How do you do that? You have to constantly cultivate that. That's work. I know that we have a lot of work to do, but it's okay. Just do it little by little. You will get there. And that's one of the things I took home from the summit is that, okay, I need to go back to look at my past clients list again and do that. And there are tons of tools to that, right? CRM. How many of you have selected your CRM? Great, good job. So EXP, I don't know how some of you are not EXP yet. EXP has 3 CRMs that can choose from. Wonderful. 3 are all top-notch products in the market. The best 3 in the market. Pick anyone. Anyone is good, but you have to use it. You got to use it. Use your CRM. Make sure you keep in touch with all your clients. Protecting. How do you protect? Just have to build that relationship. As long as you can, have that relationship with your client so that they don't get pulled away by other agents. There's so many agents out there. Literally this year, 6% of the agents nationwide, 6% of the agent nationwide did 60% of the transaction nationwide. Are you that 60% or are you that 94%? Right? So how do we stay on top? How do we become that 6% who does the 60% transactions and we're not falling behind? These are the things we do. Or you can train your team to do. Either way, or both. Okay, so this is kind of continuation of that most valuable asset thing. So sometimes your database is my database is mess. So I'm embarrassed to tell that I have to do a better job with that. And also that I don't do a lot of emails anymore. So I'm guilty of not doing a lot of emails. Sometimes I just like to use my phone, text messages. Right now, I rely on my text message. I live by my text messages. I don't even open my email box until the end of the day or maybe 2 days. I don't know why I just lost track of my emails. However, Tom Ferry says email is more important than text. It's always email. And also you can keep your database better and clean and do more things with email than any other contact information. So make sure that you have email. You do email. So that's one of the takeaways that I had, that I'm going to go back and clean up my database and get all the emails down and start doing something with my email.
So for those that are cappers or icon agents, you get Fixer AI for free. That
Okay.
For some reason, it started replying. I don't know if I actually hit it, but it started replying back all the reply emails back to people.
Oh.
It wasn't me sending the email.
Nice.
Taking over my email.
Hopefully you like the replies. It was good. All right. We need to talk about that. I can never icon. I don't think I can never icon, but I want that.
Daniel, why you send me that, right?
Yeah. It sent her an email responding back.
Yes. I said, Daniel, why you sending me that?
I need to talk to you about that because I deserve that. Anyway, so I'm gonna summarize day 2 and day 3. All of the before, all the slides all the things I trained, it was only on day 1. I was there day 1. I was taking pictures and taking notes, and my hands are like so tired by the end of the day. So day 2 and day 3, I'm just gonna summarize. Basically, you have to have a identity. You need to set yourself apart from the rest of the world, basically the rest of your colleagues. It's great, we're training, it's great, we're gonna rip and duplicate. That's what we do. But you still have to have an identity. So you just have to, make sure that you know who you are. Again, Chinese philosophy, and I'm like kind of deeply in Chinese philosophy. I'm gonna do a video about that, by the way. There are two most important things, but I'm gonna tell you first. The two most important things about a person's life is one, you know who you are, and two, you know what you want. At any moment of your life, you have to know these two things. To be successful, to be happy, to be who you are. You have to know who you are before you can be who you are. You have to know what you want to get what you want. Okay, Chinese philosophy. Of course, just read this. So there are a few moments that you have to do well, right? Pre-listing, post-listing, 24 hours before open house, and so these are all your marketable moments. Means that you can, expand your horizon. You can talk to other people. This is not just about this one single client that you're working with right now. This is when you can reach out to other people. Hey, I have this listing. Well, not only you're marketing the listing, but also you're marketing yourself. So that's something that you can set yourself apart. Oh, 95% of purchasing decisions happen in the subconscious. Does anyone follow a Instagram, I guess, is super popular, called The School somebody? I forgot.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Lewis.
Yes, The School. Yeah. So he's a young guy. He actually walks up to a millionaire, asks him like, how do you make your first $1 million? Like, what do you do? So all the people he interviewed are super, super successful $1 million. And some people, most of the people just say, hey, I already made my $1 billion, I'm multi-billion dollars. And then he asked him, how you made it. So I watch his thing all the time. I forgot his name. Anyway, so one of the things that it's only like a minute or two each video. One of the videos that says this is a person, he sells like a drink. I don't know, I never drank that, but apparently he's very successful. He sells this drink at 99 cents. He said the most important thing of this drink for him to compete with Coca-Cola, all these Pepsi, all these big brand name drinks. He said, how do you make money? He said, it's all about packaging. It's the same thing here. 95% of purchasing decisions happen in the subconscious. He said the people over and over again, statistics shows, people make their purchase decision by just looking. They just look at. So for him, packaging is everything. People just buy his drink without even testing, without even drinking it, because the packaging is attractive. Guess what happens to us? People will trust you or go with you or buy with you or list with you first sight. Do you believe fall in love at first sight? It happens. It happens. And it happens more often than you think, especially in our career, in our profession. When you go out to meet a client, are you dressed trustworthy? Okay? Are you presented trustworthy? The first thing before the words come out of your mouth, the first thing they already made a decision. They made a decision before you say anything. Believe or not. However, whatever you say will matter. But believe or not, 95% of the purchase that in this time make a decision to be your client or not, 95% of them already made a decision when they first see you. It's important. Present yourself professionally, trustworthy. That's how you get clients. Okay, there are some success stories they shared on day 3. These are the things I love to hear. I just love to hear success stories from other people. And the older guy is, he was the personal trainer of Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. So he was very successful. However, he was very humble. He was just telling us his story with Michael Jordan, with Kobe Bryant, and the last thing he said a lot of things. I can't repeat all of them, but the last thing he said was that, touch your heart. And I'll tell you, the most valuable commodity to you is your heartbeat. It's your life. How you're gonna spend your life is the most important thing. And it made me cry at the time because he was saying that he was talking to Kobe Bryant before, he gone. It's like your time is the most valuable thing you have. Your heartbeat. How do you manage that? That's important. How do you make it valuable? How do you make it worthwhile? Your every heartbeat. And then the lower one, the young guy, his name is Josh Altman. I don't know. Has anyone watched the $1 Million Listing, Los Angeles? Okay, I haven't actually. I didn't know that. I have not watched that. However, it's supposed to be a super popular show, and he was one of the hosts, very popular, made tons of money. But the touching point was that he came from a very poor family. I was so touched that, oh my gosh, I mean, I can't compare to Daniel, but I feel like I came from a better family than he did. But I didn't work as hard as he did. Literally, he worked so hard. He and his brother moved from a poor family in Boston to Los Angeles just to want to make money, and they had to pay $50. They work $50 a month just to rent a couch in the fraternity house so that they have somewhere to sleep. They said, we're not even the members of the fraternity, but we just wanted to rent a couch so that we can sleep in. Until they put money together, they can buy a condo. And after the condo, they fix it up. In 3 years, they sold it. They combined it. They made $200,000. And he said, I feel like I was a millionaire when I made $200,000. I bought a car. He didn't even have a car. So it was really touching, very moving testimony he had. And little by little, he worked harder than other people. He had to do cold calling. He worked in the mortgage industry. We have some lenders here. For him to do a mortgage, he was sitting there, and I guess his boss just gave him a phone book because he joined the company because someone told him, we have leads. Come here, we'll give you leads. So he said, first day I show up at work with my suit and everything pumped up. And then they said, okay, sit down over there in the cubicle. So he sat down and they gave him a phone book. He said, where's the lead? Every person in this phone book is your lead. So he had to call the phone book year after year, and he became really successful in mortgage industry until 2008. Of course, he went through the downturn of 2008, but he was young. So that's a good thing about starting young. He started really young. Now he's only like 40, but he's already multi-millionaire. So, and then later on, he started doing real estate, and he realized that he does real estate better than mortgage. However, one thing that I learned from him is never underestimate your ability. The thing that he is so brave, and he's the things that I can never do myself, but I think I need to do that, is that he said he'll see some really famous people showing up at Starbucks coffee. He would just walk up to him and tap on his whole shoulder. Hey, I know you, I have this listing. Do you want to see it? You would think that would never work, right? It did work for him, but just because he asked. Would you do that? Would you ask? I may shy away. I see famous people sometimes. I just like, they'll never talk to me. I can't. If I go there, I'm gonna embarrass myself. I would never do that. But he does. He would go there, tap on their shoulder. He told a few stories about how he met this really famous people just because he walked up and asked them. So don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. The worst case scenario is that they'll say no, or they punch you in the face. What could happen, right? Anyway, so these success stories, the gist is that I'm not saying that you have to be them or you have to be like them. However, you can learn from them. There are always things you can learn from everybody. Okay, I'm not gonna go through this. In networking, yes,
What was your personal takeaway?
from the success stories. If I see a famous person, I'm gonna tap on his shoulder. Hey, I know you, Dirk, right? So that's my personal takeaway. Networking. I love to go to events. I don't know about you, but I just love to network with people. And thanks to Daniel, he kind of broadened my horizon with all these people he knows. And we have the We Bus. Also, thanks to Daniel, he has
If you
this
weren't there,
bus.
we packed that,
23.
23. The most we had like 23 people in the van. Yeah. So we had a great time. Yeah, we had fun. And this is something that if you want to do something well, you have to love doing it. If you don't like doing it, if you don't enjoy doing it, you will never do it well. You have to find your moment, find your point, find the things you like about it. Not everything works for you. However, you can always find something you like within that thing that sparks your energy or sparks your interest, that sparks your like connection. So find that thing and focus on it. So I love to talk to people. We have met some people from New York, from LA, from Georgia, and we already make connections. We have a big chat group, and also we connected with our agents too that we don't really get to talk to each other day in and day out. So overall, it's a great success event. I encourage you to go to as many events as you can, not necessarily just the Tom Ferry's event, but any event, right? So you can always learn from other people, from other events. Oh, Kobe's about to leave. Do you want to share something about? I know you went too.
Yes.
Do you want to say something about Tom Ferry? What you learned from them, or?
About most of it.
Cover everything.
I think
Okay.
Really detailed representation. But I mean, I'll just say, like you said, touch on the back of a famous person. Don't be gun shy. Just go for it. You know, I was very impressed by the guy from LA, and all those people you mentioned, Tyler Perry. I was thinking they should have agents already, but it turns out that people want the most aggressive agents or the person in front of their face. So just give yourself a chance.
That's right. Give
Yeah.
yourself a chance. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes,
And if you mess up, you have a cool story.
exactly. That's right. Yeah, I have lots of failure stories to share too. Anything else? Oh, actually, other people. Yeah.
Can I share something?
Yes,
about
please.
Your affordability and the weekly report.
Okay.
Okay, hi everyone. I'm Kevin. I do mortgage and a financial planner. Yeah, I know Teresa for a long time. Do I need to stand right here?
Yeah, come here, so that you're on TV.
Okay, on the TV.
Yeah.
On YouTube. Okay, cool. The first time on YouTube. Cool. Okay, so we are actually talk about it, and then before it's like
there.
interest rate, and then the
In the front.
and then the home market sell.
Further. Otherwise, you get lights on your face.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that sounds okay. Cool. So and then since she's talk about the affordability, and then the from Tom Ferris, and then the also the weekly report, right?
Yes.
So I will ask you, if you lease a house and you cannot sell for a month, what you do? Most people, what you do?
Lower the price.
What else? Besides lower the price. The what?
Offer concessions
From who?
for the seller.
From the seller, right? And then what's the result?
Sometimes some you get a bite and sometimes nothing.
Okay, and then what you put on the MLS? If you and then what do you normally put on the MLS if you offer seller concession?
What do I normally put on the MLS?
Yes.
I will say that the seller is offering seller concessions, or maybe I'll give it in detail.
What kind of details do you give then?
It depends on the concession that my seller is offering.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
maybe it's toward closing costs, maybe it's a rate buy down.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. That's great. That's yeah, rate buy down. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, besides of the lowering the price, rate buy down is a big thing. So we were talk about it, but on the MLS, I'm not sure how you can say it because some certain rules you cannot say exact number. but I will share the numbers to you. For example, $800, a 800K home, right? Normally, just for example, if you wanna pay 20% down, right? And then with the interest rate right now 6.5, but we can get 6.25%, and then their monthly payment is about like 3,900. And then if you lower the price, right, about 20,000, and then the what? It's about $100. So if you give them like $20,000 incentive, can buy down in the middle five, you can get save them about 200 or more. Yeah, but you're gonna say that on the MLS. You're gonna say, okay, so we can lower your rate in fives, so that stand out. So when people see on the market and everything, oh, it's in 6%, I cannot buy the home. It's about her saying the affordability, right? I mean, if they see five, don't tell them five what, right? Don't tell them, hey, this exactly 5%, 5.5%. Just tell them in five. People will go look at the home, and for sure. So that's that. I'm come from the new build as well. I was the new build homes preferred lender. They do the incentives all the times, and they bring the people in all the time. So that you have to set yourself like separate from everyone else on the MLS too. So that's what I want to say. And you can even say, hey, with those saving, I can save you like what, half year of the homeowner insurance, full year of your car insurance. Say something like that. Yeah, that's what I wanna. Yeah, that's
All right,
yeah,
great.
we wanna talk about it.
Yeah, sure, sure.
You want more know more detail? Just let me know, and then I can share the numbers, and then we can talk to sellers as well. And then that's you can do the weekly report, even though there's no showing. Right.
Thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
okay.
Yes, yes, very good idea. Yeah, yeah, that's really good idea. So we need to be creative. Thank you, thank you. We need to be creative, and we need to have partners like lenders and like your stager, your inspector, your engineers, whatever. So you need to have a team. Again, we come back to team again. You need not only have a team like our team, like EXP team, but also you have a circle of service people around you. Our lenders and agents are hand to hand. We have to have that bond to make sure that we have some creative solutions to everyone, because uh, tough market. I'm gonna say it again. Uh, we just have to be more diligent than before. Like I don't know if 2021 will ever come back again. It was kind of easy. I put a house on the market, I get 20 offers. I don't know if it ever happened again. So I think right now it's kind of a normal, because I had been an agent before COVID, and I knew that was kind of normal. You kind of have to push it. You have to do open houses. You have to reach out. You have to do marketing. You have to do finances, and all the lenders. You have to line up and for the buyers to look into. I think COVID changed a lot of people's lives, and a lot of new agents came on board after that. They didn't realize, oh, we had to do that. Yes, you have to do that. But this is normal now. So we kind of have to get used to this normal and normal rhythm and normal work. And then we'll be success. We'll be successful. Questions? Our sponsor. Our sponsor. You want to say something?
This time, just simple sentence. Great presentation today. I was willing to listen to, and then running a lot of things from the Teresa and then Daniel, and then we introduced this moment for G, and I appreciate the help, and then thanks so much. And then the cabin is a great approaching to introduce our job, and then to me, my job is make you trust more than your customer. I mean, like my job is not broke up your trust between you and customer. I try to making more strong trust between you and customer. So we try to contact the customer and then recognize educate the customer because of your relationship with the customer, and then theater is the most important thing to keep to my job. So the networking, that's why it's important. And then the motivation is important. So thank you so much for running a lot today, and I'd love to hear about many things. So bring next time again, and I'll keep sponsor your team. And
Thank
can
you.
join the team because we are opening up EXP Korea this month on the 25th.
Ooh.
For growth. So there is a great opportunity.
Come here, Daniel.
So when you understand the power of the network and how we can all work together, and you can build your real estate team, not just sponsor things. That's what I teach people. A lot of the lenders, title, home inspectors. So we met a home inspector yesterday, right?
Yesterday,
So
yes.
he's originally from Argentina, but he's from Taiwan. He left Taiwan at the age of 10. So he speaks Chinese and Spanish fluently. He speaks more Spanish than English. And just sharing this idea, like, hey, instead of just finding agents to do the home inspection, why don't you build up your real estate team? So you just plug in ideas of helping people do more than just there's so much more we can do here. So he becomes a real estate agent, or he joins Argentina EXP, because Argentina is going to open up soon. Because I met the guy in Barcelona that was looking into helping open up Argentina. So it's coming up soon. So he can get his license there. Sometimes the country doesn't need licensing, like the Dominican Republic. You don't need licenses to do real estate. So there's opportunity to get into the platform. So, anyways.
Great. So we have a lot of opportunities. And that's why we all love EXP. It's not just because we're here. It's because we have done our research. I don't know if I came from really strong technical background. I got my bachelor's in computer science and master's in computer engineering. I am great in researching. I'm good at researching. So I did my research, and Daniel knows that he's tried to bring me on board for so long. Finally, I came on board, and now the more I know about it, the more I love it, because we do a lot of things that other companies cannot do. Not only we can focus on our production. If you just want to do production, great. That's all we have done in the past 15 years. We just love doing production. I love to show houses. I just, that's just something I love to do. However, there are much more benefits. There are more opportunities. There are more resources for you if you become part of EXP. Not only you can do what you love to do, but also you can make more money. Why not? So next year, I'm gonna do a little commercial, because we have weekly training every Wednesday. We're gonna call it the Powerful Trainings or Power Wednesdays, whatever you call it. Every Wednesday, come here. 10 o'clock, we're going to talk about our revenue share model, and 11 o'clock is about our production. And the next week, we're already invited the Republic Title. So once in a while, we'll invite other people, like title company, maybe mortgage, and maybe engineers, foundation companies, inspectors, insurance companies. Sometimes we'll ask them to talk about their industry, because we're connected. I mean, real estate is not real estate standalone. We are related to so many aspects of people's lives. When you become a realtor, you didn't realize you really become like so many roles of this, your client's family. You're a counselor. You're the resource for everything. I have to answer every question. Exactly, psychologist. Yeah, you're there.
And because EXP North Texas has their monthly event at in Metrotex, we're also going to follow their calendar. So the days that EXP North Texas is doing an event at Metrotex, we will move over there. So just check the calendar, which basically 3 times a month here, 1 time at Metrotex with EXP North Texas, because it's important as a group, as the whole family, the community. We also connect with other colleagues in the company.
Yeah.
So that will give us at least 1 week break. But then we can connect with more people, and we can figure out how to do more things when we come together. Because you'll have 100 people, 200 people there, and please invite other people to that free event.
Yeah, invite people, invite your friends, because we love to share, and we know that when Daniel and we had a meeting with a whole bunch of friends from California. We originally wanted to do like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, but we ended up like talking for 2 hours straight, just because we just love to share what we have. So we spend so much time. Yeah, we had a Sunday Zoom call for 2 hours. Anyway, so I think if you didn't, like anything we said, I hope that you get our names and follow us on Facebook or Instagram so that you can follow our events. We'll have lots of events coming. We have lots of trainings, so that we can see you more often. Any other questions? Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Carol.
I have a question. You asked us to bring the new people come. So again, we can do the production, their leadership. So all those people have to have a real estate agent license or
That's a good question. So for whoever's interested in real estate, they don't have to have a license right now. I have people who come here and then they will get licensed later. However, for you to do real estate in Texas, you have to have a license. I think in the United States also, like every state.
Yeah, every state.
Yeah, in other countries, be not. Like I know that the Dominican Republic, they don't require license. And oh yeah, we have a Friday barbecue here. Come to have barbecue. Daniel has the best barbecue in town.
So we will.
All right, my presentation is over. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
So last night I waited till midnight to take the brisket out of the smoker to put it in the sous vide. So it's gonna be cooking for like 50 hours. So it's my first one that hopefully it tastes okay. And then I have ribeye. So just invite to this. Come to that. Let's pack the house. Tomorrow, if anyone's here, if we could put the tables so we could have like dining seating, and then just help out wherever you can, and then we'll have karaoke afterwards. It's a Friday night, so let's enjoy. BYOB. If you want to bring us, like, I don't have a lot of veggies and fruit, so if you want to bring veggies and fruit or things like that, you can. I don't have any dessert. I'm just focusing on the meat. So, and if anyone wants to help out or whatever, just let me know. We would be glad. So now we'll end our session here today, and we'll go to La Madeleine and off of in Allen at 12:30, and everyone just gets their food. If you have any deals, if you have any open houses, please share. The goal is to have a powerful Wednesday from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock, 1:30, and then so that's what we have. Fridays we do have coffee at the local Good Coffee, so I meet agents as well on Fridays. Mondays we have our huddle on Zoom. So we got Monday, Wednesday, and Friday stuff. Tuesday, Thursdays we can focus on our production, cold calling, whatever you need to do. I take care of other issues that I have to deal with all the time for the management side of the real estate. But if you want to come out to lunch or invite people to lunch, also we want to try to make it a weekly thing where we're just constantly. You guys have the ability to invite people to whichever section they want. If they want to stay the whole day, great. If they want to just come to a portion of it, that's fine. The goal is to get people here so we can meet with them, we can help them, and be a resource. And that's how you build a community. It's very important to build this community because we are business partners. Right? Shelly's not my agent. I don't manage her. Right? She doesn't manage me. But we're here as business partners, bringing to the table. And that's the same mentality that everyone should have, regardless of which group you're at in EXP, because we all can collaborate. Okay? Yep. All right. Thank you.
Yay. All right, Daniel, you want to say that we